just
Yeah,
like that.
man. Damn. So that's hold on. Let me and I gotta read. There's some chats that aren't super, but I want to acknowledge them. See, the
Mhm.
balance with the $5. So now what we see from our women is not what we see. Black men are not having the same problems with our women. It's all in our heads. Got it. We are wrong.
So this is the problem, and again with the emotions, right? The problems that you see are the problems that you see. They are not necessarily in every single woman. And if you think that every single woman is the problem, then how do you get out of your own head? Go to another race of woman. I'm going to tell you guys this too. For you passport bros, for your divestists, for all your swirlers, for your, oh, this one, that one. Women are women across races, and men are men across races. You're going to mess around. You're going to F O, FAFO, fuck around and find out. Because you're going to go over there to somebody else's race, to somebody else's color, to somebody else's creed, and you're going to think that they better just because their skin is different or their hair texture is different, and you're going to run into the same thing. Because ultimately, you attract the people that you attract, regardless of what race they are. So stop the cap, grow up, and actually clean the wax out of your ears and learn to listen to what is being said. You can know that certain things are maybe going to happen. But as soon as you paint everybody through that same umbrella, this is why a lot of y'all are single and miserable.
Well, I will, Robbie. I would argue that had I known how to be in a productive relationship, and this may make your argument, I'm aware of that. But had I known how to be in a productive relationship, the women that I dated outside of my race were my best relationships. Those were
Mm-hmm.
those, I got treated the best, and it's I'm not trying to say it to degrade or denigrate or disrespect black women, but there is just
Did you marry them?
no. At the time I was dealing with my own and my own issues, but we didn't treat each other bad. I just sabotaged the relationship because I wasn't where I wanted to be financially, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they treated me very well. But it seemed like anytime that I dated anybody that looked like me or came from a culture that is of my same skin color, there was always some underlining issue, some underlining problem.
And you
And I was
never,
the blue pill guy. I wasn't even, doing all of that. So
did you ever stop to think? Because maybe, see, this is, I don't want to get into the psychological bag, but
oh, you
stop to be here. I think a lot of people have self hatred. I think a lot of people have issues with their mothers and their fathers. They failed that Oedipus and Electra complex. So I think they project that into relationships with people that look like them. And I think because people have these deeply ingrained stereotypes that certain other groups are better or more advantageous, then they go into the other relationships with other races in a more relaxed demeanor, and they actually allow the relationships to flourish, thrive, and grow. Now, again, if you stay in the same neighborhood and you used to the ghetto ratchet, and that's what you keep attracting, and shout out to, because everybody in the ghetto is not ratchet. But if that's the type of person that you used to attracting, you're gonna keep attracting that type of person. And then it's, oh well, it's all black women. But what about the black women that done grew up in the suburbs or in the Midwest and don't act like that? Now you just cutting yourself off to a whole bunch of stuff. What about women that grew up in Africa or that grew up in Italy or that grew up in Australia? You want to see a black woman be like, oh well, you're ratchet or you're ghetto because you're black, and she ain't even from the ghetto or nothing like that. Like it's a stupid ass. It's a stupid vein of thought. It's a stupid vein of thought.
I would say that last part is reaching a little bit. Like, well, of course, when we talk about black women, we're not talking about all black women. Um, you
Aren't
know,
you?
no, not
Aren't
at
you?
all.
So what's
No,
so if
but
somebody was not black and they was listening to the conversation, right? And they heard the way y'all speak about black women, do you really
well,
think, hold on a second, let me finish the question and then I'll let you answer it. Do you
okay.
really think when they look at a woman whose skin is brown, they understand the nuances and they're making delineations? Oh no, well she's a black person that's from this demographic, so she's not the black woman that these people are talking about.
Yeah, I understand that there is a level of communication that is on my part that may be lacking. I believe in making distinctions. So I will give you that when people are looking at it from the outside in, they could think that we're talking about all. But if I don't, if I'm only talking about my experiences of where I'm from, right? And by the way, I said I was, come from a blue pills perspective, and I'm a military brat, so I spent time overseas. When I came to the States, I was in a culture shock, right? Of seeing what black culture really is instead of being in Italy or Puerto Rico, living life through that lens, right? So, when I'm interacting with people, it's not me having this internal self-hate. It's seeing the behavior and seeing how people act outside of what I was normally used to.
Like,
And then dealing with women after that, you can see the continuing problem. Even if I'm doing what I can to try to fix myself, I'm not perfect, but I'm doing what I can to be, from a blue pill aspect, you know, trying to reach my hand across the table, right? It still wasn't working. So that's all I'm
well, I
saying.
mean, what I heard you say, and maybe I heard you wrong, was even when you were in relationships with women in other races, that you kind of self sabotage that too. So this is the thing. Again, is based on the individual. If you want to be in a relationship, you want a relationship to work, then you're going to go into a relationship open minded with an open heart, and you're going to try to make it work. If you don't want to be in one, then you simply won't. And there's a lot of people that simply really don't want to be in relationships. And they like to make the appropriate murmurings that they do, and it's on the fault of everybody else. And I mean, hey, salute to everybody. If that's working for you, bless up. I don't.
No, but that has more to do with the self sabotage has more to do with my self value, how I valued myself,
What's
right?
the
Those
I guess T Lee, what's the difference between those relationships with a white?
um uh most of them were Latinos.
Yeah, so why is it on you for them and on them for the black women?
Because they were, or their, I would say, like, their approach to me wasn't, I didn't have to conform myself to no any type of stereotype. I could genuinely be myself. But when I was genuinely being myself around women that looked like me of my own skin color, that it wasn't enough, or I was told that, either I talk too much, or, I'm doing too much, extending my hand out too much, which probably was, but it wasn't a form of self-sabotage when those girls were treating me like I was a human being. Wow, that's a reach. I'm sorry, that's extreme. When they was treating me like I could be myself, right? I
Imagine,
wanted, yeah, go ahead.
imagine the black women that
Baby,
feel like,
let him finish real quick. I want to hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. So when they treated me like I was a person, right? I wanted to do more for them. But in that moment, I wasn't the man I was supposed to be. In hindsight, right? Looking back on it, I wasn't where I needed to be, confidence wise, finance wise, whatever, right? And I guess somehow, some way, I knew it at that time, but it was more or less like I broke it off with those girls because I didn't know. I didn't know how to be in a productive relationship. I never seen a positive relationship.
So then
So
what
go ahead,
happened
go
with
ahead.
the so then if you never saw it with them, you also
Mhm.
never saw it with the black women. That correlation doesn't change. Were you financially set with the black women, or are you still in progress of that too? Because if those two things are true, the common denominator in both situations is still you.
So yeah, I agree. Like, the common denominator is me, but I didn't try to do anything wrong with these women, right? Like, even if I wasn't set where I was, those other women were still trying to work with me. Their behavior didn't change based on me, right? They still stayed the same person. With the women of other races, their behavior, it was kind of indicative of who I portrayed myself to be. Because if I was cool or swag or had charisma or something like that, they may be able to accept some of the things that I wasn't at the time. But I didn't have all of those things, right? So it's the acceptance part of it. It was, seeing me for who I was instead of seeing me for what they wanted me to be.
Yeah, but
I'm hoping.
The thing that you've illustrated is that you internally weren't confident or in a financial place, regardless of where these women were. So the women that you are perceiving as treating you good, you left. It didn't work, right? It didn't work. The women
Yes.
that you thought expected you to be cool, stereotypically black and cool, it didn't work. But if
Right.
your confidence and money doesn't change on either side, the women don't matter. You
I
can't,
mean,
you can't, you can't, you can't, you can't. How I want to say it? You can't effectively qualify these women were bad, these women weren't because you weren't prepared. So, and if you're not prepared, you're a variable that needs to be figured out. Once you figure yourself out, then you can vet and say, okay, the black women are bad, the Latino women are good. But if you're not whole, you're not in the position to vet either.
well, but the problem is that they,
Right.
despite what I thought of myself, they were still willing to work with me, and I respected that. Looking back on it, because I've had people tell me all up and down, like, "Hey, you're a good guy. You're just still trying to figure it out. You're still trying to get everything together. You're still trying to navigate your way through all of the things that you've never experienced before, right? So you have good intentions. You're trying to be the best person you can be for the women, right? But then when you got something good, it's like okay, I want to do more. I want to get her these things. I want to do these things, but damn, I can't. So I start playing little mind games with myself. So I understand y'all point where you're saying the ultimate common denominator is me, but I'm trying to get you to understand that the treatment was different. The expectation was different. The perception of me was different. And looking back on it, I appreciate that more, and I can see the difference. So if I ever had those situations again, I would, and me now today, I would know how to go about it. I would know how to navigate it and not sabotage it. But I can't deny that the treatment between the two have been different, and I think I
Okay.
should be able to express that.
So, I mean, you can express it and that's cool. But again, I think the issue is you because what is cool and what is swag, that is not things that we really build a relationship off of, right? So,
Bullshit.
if
I'm
you
sorry. I'm sorry. My fault. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So, if you're trying to build a healthy and sustainable relationship, then you should build a relationship with somebody that likes you for who you are. If you nerdy and you like Dungeons and Dragons, good shit. Find a black woman that's nerdy and likes Dungeons and Dragons. That's going to be swag and cool to her. The problem is everybody tries to fall into the societal archetype of whatever cool is for that moment, that season, literally, because what's cool in January can be stale as shit by the summertime. So what are we building relationships on? We building relationships off of stereotypes, right? Essentially from what you said. We're building relationships off of who has what Balmain and Balenciaga. That's what we building relationships off of. No, this is the problem in the black community. Not building relationships off of sustainable ideologies. Now some people will look at Will and they'll say he's boring, he's too quiet, and he's not swagged out. Bah, bah, bah. Guess what? He's far from boring. He's very entertaining. He's cool as fuck to me. He's swag as hell to me. To me. But if every black woman in the world see him the same way, well, then I would have a problem. So I have to, not really, because he would check them. But you understand the point. Your
Yeah.
person is not supposed to be attractive or venerable to every single person. So if we're sitting there saying that all black women are like that, wrong again. Because I'm a black woman that doesn't give a shit. We could sit there and watch all of Lord of the Rings, all of Harry Potter, or whatever the hell else nerdy geeky shit. It's gonna be the hell okay. And there's a lot of black women like me. So that's a heavy banner to put on all women, and you're missing out.
Is that majority or minority of black women that are like that?
That's an individual.
Individualistic. And the point
But
is,
I,
if you
but
are
then,
sitting
but
there
since, go ahead,
if
go
you're
ahead, go
sitting
ahead.
there and you're looking at all women thinking that this is what all women require, then it
Mhm.
doesn't matter what that woman says to you. It doesn't matter if that woman tells you it's okay, because within your subconscious, you're going to always feel like she's not telling you the truth because of the past trauma that you've been through, tea leaves.
Hey, Ham, I mean, I'm hearing her, right? And I'm hearing her, I'm listening. But when she throws that and emphasizes all, that's what makes the conversation kind of goofy, because I never said all, right?
But
I and I never,
did you hear individualistic though?
I know, but that's not the way that I think, and that's not the way I'm approaching the situation. If I'm approaching it from an individual,
Individualistic.
yeah, if I'm approaching it
It's
from
okay.
an individual mindset, right? I'm only talking about the times that I was in relationships with these said individuals. After I came back to the States, and started elementary school all the way up until I graduated high school. Well, not graduated high school until I became an adult, 25, 26 years old. I'm speaking on these experiences. I never had a problem getting numbers. I had mad numbers in my phone, but guess what? Anytime we would have a deeper conversation, it stops. It stops there because it doesn't. What I don't know what it does, right? I'm being very intentional, being very, trying to, again, put my hand across the table. It's not all. And I shouldn't have to be in these conversations and say, not all, not all, not all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's implied. I'm not talking about all women, and most of us aren't. And
Well, let me ask,
anybody that is talking about all, yes, I would agree. Like, they are stupid and they should freaking go get themselves checked into a hospital or something.
let me ask this question: Are you searching for a relationship standard that everyone else describes, or a standard that you yourself have prescribed?
Before I would say it was a traditional, because I thought that that's what women wanted, right? But now that I've entered this space and started to understand, it has to be based on what you want as a
So what
man.
do you want?
Oh, I still want to have a relationship. I want to have a relationship. I want to be married. I want to have kids.
Hold
Like,
on, those are milestones. Who is the woman that you want? Like what is her pro? And I'm not asking you to tell everybody, but the
mhm,
profile of the type of woman that you want, have
mhm.
you come across?
Yes.
So what happened?
Well, I'm talking to her right now.
Okay,
You black?
But I have come across her before in the past. Yes, I have.
have I
You
asked you a
true?
question? Is she black?
She was black. Yes.
The woman that you want was black?
She technically, no. Okay. There's a difference. Like, physically, she wasn't the type of woman that I want, but she had like some of those qualities that I wanted. It was like when in my early 20s. I was in my early
The
20s
woman
when
that
I
you're
met
with
her.
right now, is she black?
Yes, but she's mixed with a whole lot of different other races too,
That's
Puerto
cool.
Ricans. But she's black. Yeah.
Okay, so the mindset and the characteristics and the emotional connection and all this, that, and the other, all of
Mhm.
those boxes are being checked for you right now, right?
Yes.
So that y'all not having problems in the relationships, and the relationship that y'all currently have.
No, yeah, we are having problems, but I think that the problem is not based on kind of the treatment of me or how she perceives me. It's more or less of past traumas and things of that nature.
Traumas on your end or her end?
I think we both have traumas, but I think that I've done a lot of work trying to shore up a lot of my loose ends, a lot of my traumas. So I have significantly less than I did before.
I'm gonna
But
ask a
so I would
very
have to say,
uncomfortable. I'm gonna ask a
so more
very
traumas on.
uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, go
gonna
ahead.
ask a very uncomfortable question right now. Would
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
would you say that it would be a fair assumption to perceive that you didn't completely heal up all of these traumas prior to you getting into this relationship?
I've been told this before, and to be honest with you, if I went down the list of things that I did to try to shore up these traumas, and I could only say, like, I would have to disagree with you. I think I've done.
No, no, no. That wasn't a statement. That was a question.
Oh, you said, have I done enough?
No, no.
Yeah.
Did you did you deal with these problems or these past traumas prior to you getting into this relationship or no? Are all of your
Yes.
traumas done? Okay. So
Yes.
these are just this is just triggers to bring out those or to reinstate those traumas that you had before, right?
Uh, if I'm understanding your statement right, yes, I'll agree. Yeah.
Okay. And she's triggering these traumas for you, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily the traumas of me, but I'm understanding aware of my own traumas and how I've gotten through them. So I'm trying to help her get through her traumas. You know?
Ah, right there. Thank you. That's all. That's what I was
Okay.
trying to get to. You're
Okay.
trying to help someone get through something that they not themselves. Would you? I'm not. She's not here to. So I'm not gonna ask any questions about her traumas or her past, anything like that.
I got you.
But
I
you're
got you.
trying to help someone while also working through your own. It's almost like both of y'all have a broken arm and y'all holding hands with both broken arms. You see what I'm saying? You're causing pain on each end.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
but
Though
you
y'all
have to
have love,
identify the trauma, like the type of traumas that I would have because I have more family issues, but like I went to therapy and got the requisite skills to
therapy
go
doesn't
and
help all the time.
the it helped me get resolutions or solutions, right? So
Yeah.
I went and had that uncomfortable conversation with my mom, right? I've been talking to people in these spaces about certain things that have gone on in my life, and they've given me quite a bit of help on how I need to go forward. I'm making the most money I've ever made, right? I'm kind of maneuvering how I want to maneuver. You know, like I'm seeing the fruits of my labor, right? So I understand the point that I'm not sold up completely. I still got things I got to work on, but I put in the work. I've
Mm.
definitely put in the work.
amen. Pass the potatoes.
I got one last question, then I'm done with it. Is this a relationship that's worth keeping?
Her mindset and things of that nature, I think so. It's just the traumas that she deals with on her end are a lot to deal with. And like Robbie said before, you have to have a tremendous amount of patience, which, you know, by the most high, I'm thankful by the most high that I have a lot of patience because of my job and where I work. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for any other guy, to be honest
Hmm.
with you.
The girl.
So
What you mean?
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you
Go
go.
ahead. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead. You doing
Oh,
good.
you got it.
No, wait. You wouldn't recommend Shorty for nobody else?
No, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go into a situation who a woman who not only has multiple kids by multiple people, but hasn't, you know, completely shored up a lot of the things that they've been through in their lives, right? I wouldn't recommend that for a lot of people because it's a even though you don't have to wear the burden, if you're a person that, you know, cares about people and wanting to see people get better, sometimes it can be a heavy burden to carry when it's not yours. And it you know,
Oh,
and yeah.
so would you recommend that women get involved in relationships with men that don't have themselves completely shored up and that haven't worked through all of their trauma?
It it depends on that man. To be honest with you,
Mm.
if he's showing the qualities that are, you know, if because
Wait. All right,
I was
hold on,
yeah,
T.
go ahead,
Before you answer that question,
go ahead,
so
go ahead.
Shorty, she has the woman that you're dealing with now. Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about? She has
yeah,
children.
yes.
By multiple men.
Hmm.
Two children by two men.
I'm just gonna leave it at multiple.
T. You realize that
I had
you,
to.
but you realize that that context matters.
I know it matters, but it's somebody's personal, you know, life, and they actually I think watch the show. So
Well, no,
Okay.
I mean, we don't. I mean, there's there's a bunch of people that watch the show, but
I know.
the variable is very important though, because
Hmm.
you are dealing with a lot of stuff, and the thing is, you're
Hmm.
saying that you used to be blue, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
means you've absorbed a different ideology, right?
Hmm.
That would very directly speak against the path in which you're going down.
Exactly.
But you understand that that's something that you can be wrestling with internally also,
Yes.
right?
Completely.
Because you hear the brothers in which you probably to a level respect and look up to saying, hey, this is a bad deal.
Yes.
And so how does that actually manifest in behavior and such? Your behavior.
Um, and my behavior, I try to be as balanced as possible.
I understand, but
Um,
the men that you respect and hear information from say
mhm,
that that is a bad construct to be a part of.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
what is your subconscious doing during these interactions with this woman?
My subconscious is looking at the person and what I've seen from them, right? And that's the only difference, is that I've spent time around this person, enough time without dating or any type of, like, just being friends. I spend enough time to know that that person is actually a good woman who loves men, not, men in a sense of, as respect, a baseline level respect for men, to understand where they're coming from. It's just a lot of situations they were dealt a bad hand, um,
Okay.
and it's unfortunate. So subconsciously, I'm trying to, not throw judgment on a person. Um, and she's actually watching, so she she said I could say it. So that's just me trying to have respect for her. But
Yeah, I understand.
she got 4 kids by 4 different men.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
that's an outlier example for sure.
That that
Um,
that
I've
don't.
seen it. I've seen it, but that is multifaceted,
Right.
multi-layered,
Yeah.
right? You aren't a super heavy-handed man, which is fine,
All right.
but you have a lot of different dynamics to deal with within that relationship. You
Mhm.
have to manage 4 children, 4 men, and a woman. We understand that she should manage those relationships, but
Mhm.
let's be realistic, right? If there's
Mhm.
a if men deal with men,
Right.
right? That's 4 different conversations. That's
Yeah.
4 different personalities.
Yeah. A lot of those men ain't in the picture, to be honest. I think
Oh,
probably. Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
So
that's
you taking on a role of dealing with your own past traumas, her past traumas, the children, these other guys. That's you said they're not in the picture, but you're dealing
Mhm.
with the children's past traumas, which has to do with their father, and then
Yeah.
also work, life, and everything else. I give you a brief history.
Mhm.
I end up get not end up. I chose to marry a woman who had multiple children from multiple men, and I don't speak bad about my divorce. I have nothing negative to say about my ex-wife, but that's just me because at the end of the day, I knew what I was getting into and I knew what I stepped into. This is, I think, Raw,
Right.
you said this earlier when you said learn how to pick your battles. This is a battle that you chose. This is not something that just fell out the sky.
Right.
Excuse me. And when you have to deal with something that just falls out the sky, you gotta learn how to relocate. When this is a battle that you chose, you knew going into this thing, this is a fight that you was willing to fight.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna give it to you like a boxing coach would give it to me. So what, you tired? You'll be all right. So what is hard? You'll be okay. At the end of the day, you got to be willing to fight. If your mouth bleed, your mouth bleed. If it hurt, it hurt. You'll be okay. Hamp, I know you heard this in football. So what, it hurt? Get your ass out there and run this play.
mhm.
So I mean, that's just the honest that I can give it to you because
No, that's what I've been learning. Sorry to cut you off. I
you good.
apologize, but this is what I've been learning over the last, you know, year. Right? I have a certain personality type. I attract certain women. So if you choose to get into these situations, it's your choice, right? And a lot of people would say that it's not a smart decision, but I, I'm a people person, right? I've always been able to interact with people, right? And if I see a side of you that's actually trying to do the work, that's actually trying to improve, it's just hard. It's hard as hell, right? Why? In the beginning, again, I didn't overextend myself. I didn't, it wasn't nothing but good advice, conversation, things of that nature. Why not do that and give people positive reinforcement? And then you started to see the change. There was actually change. You know what I'm saying? Which led to more conversations, and I get to understand how she really is. And like Raw B, for example, you have this tough exterior, but when you really break it down, you're just a little, what I'm saying, you're a little care bear inside, and all
How
you
long
want to
y'all
do
been
is
together?
we've known each other 8 months total, but we've been kind of seriously talking for 2 months.
And you have
Oh,
no
so this is
kids.
fresh.
No, I don't have any kids. No,
What part of the country you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
You in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Amp, I
It's a
hate
lot.
you so much.
It's a lot of people out here, man. A
Yeah.
lot of people on YouTube out here. That's a fact.
This,
Oh, with the
this,
I know your friend
Mm,
is watching, and I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to be quiet.
we're just not going. We're not going to speak.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm
We're not going to speak.
that is, yo, and the thing is, I appreciate her for supporting the show and all that. That is a difficult situation, man. That is a difficult situation, and men have to question this. Yeah, I'm gonna read the super chats, Red Pill. It's not starring them for me, so I got to keep scrolling back and forth. I don't know why it's not doing it. I guess we can all question it, but are we ever the woman's first choice?
Boy, that's a hell of a question right there.
And when I'm looking at children, who was the first choice? And then we have 4 different options in this case.
Yeah, my last relationship, she had a kid, and that same argument we got in. We broke up over because I've known her for 10 years, and I tried to get her to move with me. I was trying to get her to move with me the whole entire time we were in high school. Once we graduated, but
Do you want children?
Yeah. I've wanted children since I was in my 20s, and people may say that's a red flag, but I've been very selective with the women that I have sex with, and I use protection from time to time with those women.
Let me read these real quick. I got you, Raw. Lauren with the 10 ounces. Salute to my peoples, Raw being Willie Will. Even though you shared more than needed for my innocent ears, I know my Raw B is happy by the glow on her face, and that's all that matters. Congrats again. Oh, what's poppin'? But the funny ball says so many couples found love here on YouTube. Ellipsis. Congratulations to all. Osa in love, Will and Raw, and all the ones who are still secret love. Power to the positive. Listen to us. Passport bros have fewer issues as a whole with the women overseas. That's a fact, and black women don't like it. You should be happy you should be happy a black man found love. Red Pill with the $5 says, Hamp, you 100% right. People not a monolith, but we not as unique / different as we like to think. Most men get this, but women not so much. Lack of hubris. Did I read this one? See the power with the $5 says, Hamp, you don't need to be whole for a woman to treat you right. That's what Tea Leaves is saying. No matter who he was, the women were better as a whole. Red Pill Ranger with the $5 says, it's the minority of women that like nerd shit, etc. And y'all freaking know it. Stop gaslighting this man with old head out of touch advice.
Excuse me, I'm going to say this real quick before you move on to the next one, if I can. A lot of you men are nerds and geeks, and y'all don't realize it because the nerdy geeky things that y'all into, you think it's cool. Like y'all with the fantasy football leagues. You're literally doing the same thing that the Dungeons and Dragons kids do. You just put it under the label of football. Let's be clear. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
See, the spouse with the $2 says, no, Tea Leaves, don't do it, please. Salute the season challenge. We put 30 towards the extension. We need 30 more. We'll keep it rocking. Otherwise, we'll see y'all tomorrow. They knows what's popping with the $5 says, step 1, lead the YouTube talking points on the panel and speak from your own understanding, heart and mind. Flush them pills down the toilet.
I don't know. People just understand different concepts. Like, men respond to tough love and, hard jokes, cracking jokes and stuff like that. It's just that concept of the pill, whatever, red pill, blue pill, just makes sense to me, and I can follow it. So,
Mm-hmm. Man, but what do you? All right. Let me ask this question: what do you actually think about the construct that you currently are subscribed to? Are y'all on some Huggy Bear shit? Are y'all kissing on the lips?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about the relationship that you're in? Fuck a pill. I missed yours. Let me
She's
see. I might have missed it.
despite all the challenges that she has, she's doing everything that she can to I would say follow my lead, but I've been giving her a lot of advice. Just small things that I picked up around the space when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to how to handle certain family situations. Not trying to go too far left or too far right, but just putting ideas out there so she can follow those ideas. So she's been treating me very, very well. Like she speaks very highly of me in front of everybody. You know, goddamn, she cooks me food. She folds my
So
clothes.
how y'all having problems then? I'm so confused.
Because when we do have little if situations and back and forths about the level of pressure that comes with it, because again she's still trying to recover from a lot of different things, whether it's being financially coming out of a hole, so getting bills paid and getting out of debt, which she's actually done. She was in
Yeah,
debt
but
when I
those
met
are
her.
problems that she had prior to your relationship.
Yeah, and that's. But sometimes when you try to go in and give people certain advice on certain things, it can be receptive, and sometimes it's not, and it can come
Stop
off
giving it
as
then and see what happens.
fair enough.
Because the
Fair
thing
enough.
is, you can only listen. If I've had this, I had this mindset since I was a teenager. I'm gonna give you three options to solve your problem. If you're not gonna listen to none of my three options, what was that you said earlier? Hemp, fuck it. That's where I go. Fuck it. Oh, so you're not gonna talk to me? You ain't fucking listening. So I'm gonna go back to doing what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Damn, you absorbing so much shit, bro. Hold on. Sherwin
Yeah.
with the spell says, "Nah, bro, this is crazy. The fuck you doing, man, young man?" Caesar's Pals with the 2000 says, "Can't believe I'm saying Willie is right. You did what is IR? What does that mean?"
No, I don't know what
I
IR
don't, I
means.
don't know. I don't know that one.
The Sammy with the 2000 says, "Tea leaves. Are you in the triad area?"
Close to it. Close enough.
Damn, and she mixed. Where's her father from?
Um, I think her dad is Puerto Rican, and he got some other stuff in him. But her mom is just straight like black, just black.
Oh, so she ain't even black.
So I mean, he got some pause, but he got some black in him. But I think he's very fair skinned. You know what
So
I'm saying?
she's
Like
not a traditional black woman, and you're all of these issues.
but she grew up in black culture like through and through.
But
Like
she's
Mm-mm,
not
yeah,
a black woman, right?
she's not a black woman. The father is what assigns
Is
the
that what
signs
you
of the
meant by when
genes.
you said she was black? So this is the thing. I mean, hey, listen, whatever you got going on in your relationship, it works for you. Mazel tov and lahayim. I have to go. I have to get my children.
Yeah,
Go
sorry,
ahead,
I
baby.
can't. I have to finish this
Go ahead, baby.
because I just.
I hit you up after this is to
But
engage you.
Raw, tell them where they can find you in the next couple of days. One of the moderators, Raw's link is in the description. But let them know when the next show is and all that.
We're doing a show today, Caught on Film, but Thursday we will have Moonlit Conversations where it's me, Sel, Hoodie, and Miss O'Shoot, and we talk about relationships, intimacy and everything else. Honey, y'all make sure y'all come on through. Baby, hold it down, POP. Tea leaves, God bless you and your young lady. I hope everything works out for the best. Ham, thank you so much for having us. Shout out to the chat, all the love and
yeah,
the few, that
yeah.
don't love what's going on here. We love y'all too.
I know
Love you,
they
man.
tearing
Be
me up in the
safe.
chat. I know they
See you,
tearing me
baby.
up in the chat.
Salute,
Boy.
Raw. Man, so
All right, so I'm gonna ask a straight up questions. Now that she gone, the pussy got to be good then, right? The pussy good, right? No, it's just us men here. So the pussy got to be. My bad. The pussy got to be fire, bro. It got to be.
Yeah, man.
All right, so the
Yeah.
pussy's fire. The head is fire.
she watching.
I don't give a damn if she watching.
Yo,
Okay, fine.
he
But you should
knocking
be able.
his fucking socks off, bro.
Okay, cool.
And here's
So
the thing, Will. Here's the thing. Remember
yeah.
when I said women don't have any standards? If the man fits the mold that she dreamed of,
Mm-hmm.
this woman got that look that Tea Leaf looking for. Now
Yeah.
he done made a million exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
nah, man. She's actually like the 8 months we've been together. She's lost like 25 pounds. Like
Lost. What you mean
yeah,
lost?
yeah. Like she used to like
No,
be a little
losing
bit
weight. What you
thicker.
talking about?
Nah, man.
I'm talking shit.
No, but she got shape to her, but she
Did
was a
she did
little on
she
the.
lose the pounds because she wanted to, or because you said something to her about it?
I said something to her about it. She was never motivated to really do it. Like the job that she does, yeah,
Wait,
it
you
kind of
said something
helps.
to a black. Wait, you said something to a woman about her weight, and you didn't get slapped.
Well, y'all told me she ain't black, so I mean, I guess
I said her weight.
no.
Oh hell.
She had she wanted to lose it. She wanted to do it first, and I had told her from day one, I can't. You have to do it for you. You can't do it because I told you to.
Oh,
You have to want to lose this weight and do things. So I always gave her little pointers. I take her with me when I go skating, and you know what I'm saying, like we stay active, and she's lost the
yeah.
weight, and I'm
Sex is
proud.
good. Food is good. Relationship is good. All these that and the other things is good.
Damn.
So
So okay,
I
let me
don't
let me tell you.
understand because
So
I ain't trying to
when
hurt your feelings, but it sounds like it's more. Again, don't take this the wrong way, but you a man, you be all right. It
yeah,
sounds like it's more of a you hindrance than it is a y'all hindrance.
well, yeah, that's what I was going to explain, right? So the issues that we've been having is that if if I don't do something that she expects me to do, because we're dating, we're not
Oh, so you can
exclusive,
walk
like
away at any time.
Yeah.
technically yes, yeah,
Okay, cool. Go ahead,
You
continue.
like that though.
more yes than no. I
Okay.
could walk away at any time, right? But if when it gets to that level when we're kind of playing house, I guess, even though we don't stay together or nothing like that. Like if I'm chilling over her place or whatever, if I'm going to go out skating but she can't go, you know what I'm saying, and she want me to stay, I'm like, yo, I'm not staying. I'm about to go. It becomes a little bit of a back and forth. It becomes a tiff, and then I'm like, yo, what you tripping for? Like,
It's
I'll be
because you
back.
dropped that dick on her. You didn't fuck around and broke it back. See, listen, this you gave our A game dick, and now you expect for her to just be the same. Like, what are we doing here? You can't go in
I
blowing out
know.
backs and just expecting the same relationship. What are you doing?
No, it's, it's
Go
definitely you. So all
and
right,
All right,
let's
I
just
got you.
get down to it. It's four, she got 4 kids, 4 fathers, right? She
Yeah.
understands if she watches YouTube, she understands what the rhetoric is out there,
I
right?
introduced her into this space. I'm my bad.
All
So
right, so
she didn't even know about this space
but
before
now
me.
she's well versed, right?
Yeah.
So you will get the things that you're looking for, but you got a lot that's gonna come with it just by nature of her situation, right?
Right.
But I would, and Will, correct me if I'm wrong, I would trust her not to step out
Hmm.
because she knows that options are limited. She getting herself in shape, etc. It sounds like she caters, but she does have a level of demand, and when she don't get what she wants, which is a yellow flag,
Hmm.
you may be able to quell that with just you responding in a different way.
Right.
Um, but if you are choosing to be in this, you know all the flags as well, right?
Hmm.
You have to make a conscious decision, but it ain't not one bit on her.
mm,
Gotcha. Yeah.
That
Right.
shit
Right.
is
Right.
on you because her red flags is out in the open. They got ears, eyes, and they fucking walk and eat.
the
Right.
motherfuckers got
Even yeah.
401k.
Even if you don't know the traumas that come behind it, they out. Like you said, they out there in the open. So
How long was you
you
single before you started dating her?
I was single for a while. To be honest with you, I had been like talking to people in between, but I had been single, not having a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship for almost 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
But throughout that time period, I have been talking to people. I have been, I have had sex in between them too. So it's
And you
not like I
want
was.
kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So y'all fucking raw. I'm sorry. Lambskin or foreskin?
You know that nigga,
Um,
bro.
Oh,
that's a. It's yeah,
Raw biscuit, nigga. You already
yeah.
know.
But it
buttered.
So that is a leap, and I would venture to say, I think the majority of women would agree that that is a situation that is unto itself for you to subscribe to.
Mm-hmm.
To be a fifth father or marry her with that situation, that is an extreme outlier in my estimation.
Some of the
Sounds
arguments
like
that
y'all. It sounds like y'all friends with extreme benefits.
No, he
Yeah.
like her. He kissed on the lips. Remember?
I
some of the
mean,
arguments
yeah,
that we've
but
had, some of the arguments that we have been about that exact scenario of like being, the experience not being the same with her already have done this, 4 times already with her
Nigga,
ex.
why you even saying that to her? That's you
right.
thinking out loud. You know, Stevie Wonder could see the fifth time ain't gonna be the same.
Shut the.
Come on, please don't do that.
You
You
got
know,
you
that's
got you
you.
got that.
See, that's the problem. Here's the problem.
You got
You
that.
wrestling with yourself. You've
Mm-hmm.
been wrestling with yourself from the beginning. You wrestling with yourself now. She in it. She knows she has limited options. Come on, if you're gonna do it, do it. And here's what's gonna come. Nigga, you wildin'. Nigga, you bugging. That's stupid. You got 4 mouths to feed, right? None of them yours. You're gonna be a step baby daddy, selfless job. She got 4 men that's gonna be in your business. You in a polygamous relationship. Every time the kids say you ain't your daddy, you can't get mad because you subscribe to it. This is all the stuff you're gonna have to absorb. Now, here's another thing. She knows she has limited options. She's showing you that she cares and that she's able to cater to you for whatever the reasons are. So you get some of that, right? No question. But the pros and the cons are the things that you have to understand
Way
that
out.
you will deal with. It ain't playing it out. You're gonna deal with them every single day. You're gonna be conflicted every single day. But if the pros outweigh the cons to you, then be prepared for that because it ain't her.
I just didn't want to let me get to the brass tacks of it. I didn't want to be think of myself or quote unquote feel like a hypocrite, right? Because I sat here and I said that this is what I want in a woman and how I want her to treat me, right? I just didn't expect it to come from a person that had all of this going on. And I would give it to a lot of men that will be like, peace, I'm out, the first whiff of this type of situation. But I guess I am a little, is jaded the right word? Like I see my mom be married
Simpish.
multiple.
Simpish.
Yeah. I see my mom get married multiple times, and she was a strong, independent woman, and military through and through until she had to meet somebody that she had no choice but to calm it down, because if she didn't, she wasn't going to get married. She wasn't going to be able to have somebody to go into the old age with if she didn't know how to turn it off. So I seen my mom change. She actually made the effort to change, and she became a better person because of it.
Yeah, but
Now,
that's your
maybe
mom. What about you?
So that's true.
He's saying,
Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
man, that's
So if I see, so my thought process was, if I seen her do it, then maybe it's possible that there are other women out here that similar to my mom that can actually change.
Ooh. T. So let me tell you this: the battles that your mom fought, I can guarantee you, the wars that your mom fought to make it is a war that was a personal war of her own. The wars that DJ Hemp got to fight is those wars of his own. The wars I got to fight, the wars you fight. This is why I said earlier about individualism. It's great to hear about these things, to get examples and see from different perspectives. But you got to understand, the blood that's going to be on the floor is yours. How much are you willing to shed? You see what I'm saying? Some people, they look at the floor and they say, "Oh, it's gonna take an ounce of blood. It's gonna take a gallon of blood." But then when you get knee deep into that shit, you find out you got to lose an arm, right? Are you willing to sacrifice that arm just to be happy, though, right? And I'm not trying to lead you down the way of maybe you shouldn't be with this girl, but when it comes down to it, I do want you to go take a good long, hard look in that mirror and ask yourself, is this a battle that you yourself are prepared for? And if you're not, then maybe you need to make a decision, or I'm sorry, maybe you need to come to a realization of whether or not you're hurting or helping. Because in this situation, as good as it sounds, as far as the sex, the food, and all this, that, and the other, that's great. But where's the helping part?
All right.
Sounds like you're adding to your spine to get strength, but you're not using your spine.
Let me read these real quick.
But
Ken Kuta with $2 says he don't realize he has more value than Captain Savo. Red Ranger with $5 says T Leaves. The problem is you're fighting against logic. You know of 4 kids, 4 baby mama is a liability, but you love her. Cognitive dissonance is kicking your ass. Dark Lake with the $2 says good show, DJ. Salute. Can't wait to come back here. Sonny Black with the $2 says T Leaves. What advice does your father give you?
Father wasn't in my life.
Sherwin with the $2 says you sound like you got a scarcity mindset. T Leaves, you say your mom, does she have how many? You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have an older sister and two younger brothers.
Y'all got the same father?
No, my 2 younger brothers have the same father, but me and my sister have different fathers. So 4 kids by 3 different men.
Okay, so you seeing this is close to home anyway.
Yeah, and the reason why my father wasn't in my life wasn't necessarily his choice. That might have to be another conversation for another time. It's basically a fraternity fraud situation. So
I understand.
Yeah.
Man, oh man! Before I get Uncle Jeff in, I'm just gonna give you a recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it. And that's no shade to her. It is what it is. But just looking at the pros and the cons, the ROI, does the benefit outweigh the cost? Unfortunately, it does not. Right. And that's not an attack. Just assessing the situation and the information of what you provided. Right. You have to take care of yourself. You'll be surprised what actually comes with it. 8 months isn't even long enough time for you to see everything. So I would not recommend that to you or for you, especially as young as you are and as thoughtful as you are.
Yeah, man. And I like I said, this is the most successful I've been as far as like debt.
You don't need to say nothing else.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm saying as thoughtful for as you are, as young as you are, the work you've been doing, right? Yeah. You need to make sure that you see the same value in yourself as we see. To get into that type of situation, you have a higher value threshold than what that situation yields. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I want to apologize to Will for taking over his show, bro. Like I hate
you good, G. You ain't taking over my show. I'm good. I mean, listen, we didn't got through. Listen, me and Raw's relationship, we done a lot of discussing, and the thing is, this happiness that we have, I'm not trying to compare it to my past. I'm accepting and I'm grateful for the happiness that we have now and that the happiness that we're building for in the future. And I know a lot of people may say, oh, but Will this, but Will that, and Will, oh, but she this, but she, I don't give a fuck. Like this, that ain't got nothing to do with me. The reason it ain't got nothing to do with me because that's before me. Everything from the moment where I showed interest and moving forward, that's what I'm focusing on. That's what let me take it back. That's what we focusing on. And despite all of the presumed challenges and all the real life challenges that we face, man, when Hamp asked me the question earlier, how was your weekend? I don't know if you've seen when I answered that question, but I'm still stuck in that weekend because it wasn't enough time for me. But that's that type of happiness that I've been looking for. And man, I got it, and I ain't letting that shit go. Listen, I'll fight for this shit. You guys understand. I'll put a nigga in the flow for this shit right now.
Jay Miller with the $5 says, do not do it, champ. This is coming from a current stepfather. Uncle Jeff, what's popping?
Hey, fellas, what's going on, man? First off, let me start with Will. Will, is that light? Is that your mic? That right there? Oh no! It's just a regular light that you can change color. Okay.
No. That's my mic.
Oh my God, that is disrespectful, sir. I'm hating. I'm openly hating. It's disrespectful. You got to put that in the back chat. Anyway, I wasn't going to come up here, Hamp. I'm so goddamn one-legged man in a kick fight. I am fucking busy today. But Tea Leaves, brother, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. in 1993, I was voted the funniest black comedian in the country, and I ain't going to beat out a number of dudes in the Bay Area black comedy competition. I won. In 1994, I won Star Search. I done been around the world. I'm supposed to be a household name with a whole bunch more money. I'm here to tell you right now that the wrong pussy is where a young man's dreams go to die. Brother, listen to me.
Brother.
My mother was 19 when she had me. I was 2 when she got married to a Marine who used to beat her till candy fell out. This dude was fucking horrible. He told me I could never join the Marines. He told me because I had asthma, what I wouldn't be, what I couldn't do. Cut to 1982. I'm a senior in high school with shitty fucking grades because I would ace finals, but I wouldn't do no homework. So I didn't have, no colleges was looking at me. But I scored second highest in my school and in the top 3% of the state when I took the ASVAB. I had every branch of service on my porch. What branch you think I joined?
Navy.
No.
I'm just talking shit.
The Marines.
Oh, fuck.
The Marine, you are. The Marines are a department of the Navy, the men's department. Anyway, I joined the Marines. Then, tea leaves, I met a girl that was 19 with a 2-year-old boy. What do you think I did then?
Married.
I married her. Do you know why? Because I went looking for a woman with the problems my mother had so I could fix them with my own life. Do not do that, sir. You don't owe your mama shit. Her fuck-ups are her fuck-ups. They are cautionary tales to you. You cannot fix your mama. Same thing with niggas in the strip club. You can't fix your mama. That's what you trying to do, young man. And that's the only reason I jumped up here is because I tried it. I did it with my life and fucked my life off behind 2 broads with similar problems as my mother, married them, made kids with them, and spent my entire adult life fighting to be in the lives of my own children, brother. There is no happy outcome. It is not your job to fix this woman in order to fix your mama, because you're really not trying to fix this woman. You're trying to fix your mama, bruh, and you can't. Your story is your fucking story.
Yeah.
It's your story, brother. Write your own page. Write your own chapter.
And T, question, you heard Uncle Jeff, right? That key point is needs to be understood, right? Do you heard this before?
Yes.
How long ago? Not saying what Uncle Jeff said. I'm talking about what I said, Will said, and Uncle Jeff.
This is recent. I've had conversations slightly with Fantastic and some other people about it. Yeah.
When?
So, maybe some months ago, a couple months ago.
Like more than 2.
Yeah, I would say. Oh man, I would have to look it up and see what day he had King Randall on his show. That was the day I came up and talked about it.
But we had this conversation last year too.
Look here, bro. Let's.
Hold, let me hear this answer.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
had
have
this
conversation a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay for me to say that when we was on was it Anger Man's panel? I believe it was Anger Man's panel. We had this conversation. It was late at night. It was late as fuck. But we had this conversation before. And the thing is, I would say to you, T Leaves, you hitting the proverbial punching bag that you expecting to give you results.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to stop hitting the bag, bro. Maybe it's time to go get some road work in.
And they saying this shit is 2 years old. So T Leaves, here's what I want. Man, Uncle Jeff, you
It's
can
2
jump
years
in.
old.
That's what somebody in the chat said.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I want, T Leaves. And then Uncle Jeff could jump in. Don't complain about her no more. You've heard everything. We've said the things. You know the things we're saying. You know you trying to recover for something, like what Uncle Jeff just said. You trying to heal a wound that you didn't create, a wound that you were simply a part of, right? In terms of your mom and all that. So if you're gonna do it, do it. Understand your risk and shut the fuck up.
Woo!
Because
Youch.
we don't need to keep complaining about the same shit over and over, expecting a different result. That's something known as insanity. And when I say shut the F up like that, I mean it with all love and respect. Because that's what I tell my players. I know it's hard. I know you can't tackle the motherfucker. Shut the fuck up and go tackle him. I know that nigga's going to Alabama. Shut the fuck up and go tackle him. Or come sit your faggot. Ooh, see?
Be careful.
Come sit your soft ass next to me.
I know it.
That shit is annoying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I got a replacement for you. I got you sweet pickle.
I don't even use the you. I just come sit your soft ass next to me.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you it was hard, you watch the film and see that he was unstoppable, and you got out there anyway, right? So we identified it. Now it's time to do the work, or shut the fuck up.